What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? Happy Sunday, Sunday fun day. Y'all out here getting finessed. And I see it every day having these conversations with y'all hitting me up, wanting to get funding or wanting to get high limits. And y'all just keep getting finessed. And I'm tired of y'all getting finessed. I'm tired of y'all getting finessed. I'm tired of y'all running after people with a Lambo, trying to sell you something that you probably don't need, that doesn't fit your particular situation, right? You're getting finessed and you're wasting money, literally wasting hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on strategies that don't fit you. They don't even match your situation, right? Going after, trade lines that's not going to get you funded. Going after age corps and you don't have any credit. You don't even have a good credit profile. That age corp is only useful when you have good credit profile. Having bad credit in an age corp, you just wasted $2,500. You may have just wasted $15,000 getting the age court, but you still don't have any good credit. And you don't know nobody with good credit. The funding game is way different than what it used to be. Let me play around with some of these things with this dude. We got some little AI tools over here. All right. Now I want y'all to stop getting finessed out of money. I want y'all to stop chasing these shiny objects that you honestly have no business getting. Like people are really out here telling you that if you're trying to go for funding, you can just build out a whole profile using authorized users. Definitely not the case. I want y'all to just it only take an extra 20, 30 minutes to do a little bit of research. You don't need to start off wasting your money paying 500, 600, $900 just to get an authorized user trade line. It's not going to do what you think it's going to do. And it's sad, and I'm tired of people. What's going on, Bryson? You don't have to keep getting finesse. You don't have to keep wasting money. What's going on? What's going on, y'all? You don't have to keep wasting money. Share this out. We're going to be talking about some funding strategies and some of the real behind some of the things that y'all are getting sold, but you still come back unable to get any funding because you didn't use the right strategy. People are selling you this, people are selling you that. They're selling you what they want you to buy. They're not selling you what you actually need. Sometimes, instead of just trying to get a quick fix, it's okay to slow things down. Have that person, if they're trying to sell you a trade line, set up a consultation. How can I tell you what type of trade line you need? I don't even know what your credit looks like. I don't know what your credit report looks like. Right? I have no idea what your credit report looks like. So why is somebody sitting here telling you, oh, you need a trade line? They don't know what your credit score looks like. They don't know what you're trying to apply for. They're just telling you, oh, get this AU, get this AU. And here's the thing. In 2025, an authorized user trade line is not getting you funded. The goal is for you to build out an actual profile with accounts in your name. If these accounts aren't in your name, guess what? The lenders can see right through that. They can click a button and remove all of the authorized users off your credit report. So those days of, oh, just I'm going to add on 5, 6, 7 authorized user trade line on my credit report and then go run up the bag, that's done. That's not a thing no more. You want to be able to build up what we call primary trade lines, primary accounts. These are accounts that show up in your name, aka you just want to build credit. You just want to build credit under your name. You got to have that first. You do that first. You get 5 of those. Then you can add on authorized users. The authorized users will be like the cherry on top. But the authorized user, you're not going to be able to go out. Put only authorized users on your card. What's going on, Zoe? Only get authorized users and then go out to the bank and get approved. It's not going to work like that, especially if you want to get 50, 60, 6 figures in funding. So let's talk about what this looks like, the difference between these authorized user trade lines that most of y'all are keep buying, but they're not even helping you, and then a primary trade line. This is a trade line that's going to show up in your name because you are the primary user. You're the primary account holder. If something goes wrong with this account, it's on you. That's why it's called a primary trade line, right? And a lot of this stuff, y'all, you just take a couple of minutes to research. Sit down with me, grab a drink, get a coffee, a soda, whatever you like to sip. I got water. Let's chop it up so you can soak this game up. So when you leave here, you're already going to understand what's going on when you see primary, when you see an authorized user and these trade lines. Let's go through a couple of scenarios, right? Now, authorized users have their place in the world of credit. They can help you increase the age on your account. They can help you offset your credit card usage. It helps both of these ways, but these are going to be add-ons to your credit when you already have some accounts showing. You already have, let's say, 5 to 10 accounts already on your credit report, but maybe you need lower utilization. Maybe you need some additional age. Okay, boom. That's when you want to throw on an authorized user. It's already kind of built out. You just need to play with the numbers a little bit. Okay. Another great example is if you just turned 18. So if you're young, you're 18, 19, essentially you're a college student, you're added onto your parents' credit cards. They just go ahead, add you to all of their credit cards. That's perfectly fine. Because here's the thing, y'all. The banks aren't stupid. The banks aren't stupid. Remember, we got algorithms now. They got algorithms. They got talking gorillas and Sasquatches going viral, all made through AI. You don't think they don't have AI that can look at your credit profile and kind of determine whether or not you're trying to game the system? Absolutely. Of course they do. Right? Right? Of course they do. So here's what happens. You're 18, you're a college student, your parents add you on as an authorized user to their credit cards. That makes total sense. When the AI in the system is looking at that credit profile, okay, they're going to do some matching up. They're going to look at the name. They're going to look at the name. They're also going to be connecting you and the addresses. They're going to say, okay, these things match up. It makes sense for this person to be an authorized user on these accounts. So it's going to help you, right? It's going to help you, especially if you're a college student, you're 18, 19, and your parents have good credit. So that makes sense for you to have a thin profile that only has authorized users, and all those authorized users are from your parents. You'll still be able to go ahead and go out and get a credit card or multiple credit cards, right? Some of my clients have been 20-year-olds. The first thing they did was I told them, they said, what can I do? I want to get like the Amex Gold card and a couple of others. So, okay, cool. One, go ahead, add yourself as an authorized user to your parents' credit card, assuming that your parents have good credit. They did that. I said, okay, great. You got the authorized users. Now you're going to need some accounts in your name. So some accounts that you can get in your name, especially if you just turned 18 or 19, what have you. One of these accounts is the Chase Freedom Rise. All you got to do, open up a student account with Chase or a regular checking account with Chase. You're going to put in $250. Right? That's all you need to do. To put in $250. You're going to apply for the Chase Freedom Rise. It's perfect. What's going on? What's going on? This is perfect for you building your credit so you can establish yourself. It establishes yourself on your credit and establishes you with Chase, which is one of the biggest bank in the game, the largest in the country. And their point system is second to none. That's why it's called the ultimate reward system, right? Right? So now you're starting to build up primary accounts. These are accounts that are showing up in your name. You want access to capital, you want to go for funding, they have to be showing up in your name. Authorized users are cool, but you need accounts in your name, right? So you do that. You do Navy Federal, right? You do the Navy Federal pledge loan. Everyone knows about that. You just Google it, throw it in YouTube, put in Navy Federal Pledge Loan. It's super easy. You open up a secured credit card, you open up a savings account, then you're going to get a secured shared loan, and you just rinse and repeat that, right? People like Navy Federal because it's the largest credit union in the country, probably the largest credit union in the world. But quiet as kept, there are a lot of credit unions that are actually better than Navy. Because there's actually a lot of credit unions out there that, one, can pre-approve you with soft pulls. Right now, Navy isn't going to pre-approve you with a soft pull. They're going to do a hard pull on everything. There are a lot of credit unions out there that are going to give you multiple products with one hard pull. Navy doesn't do that. There are a lot of credit unions out here that's going to give you an auto loan to where you don't have to make a payment for the first 60 to 90 days. So back in the day, during the pandemic, everyone was running the Navy for all these different things, the auto loan play and all this stuff, like doing this auto conversion. I never did the auto conversion because guess what? People were getting their account shut down, right? People were getting their account shut down. I actually know somebody who decided that they wanted to do this auto loan conversion play. Now they're indicted for bank fraud. The feds are charging them for $450,000 in bank fraud. right? So I would never tell anybody to do something like that because you're putting yourself in jeopardy for some money. You can always go out and sell something to make some money. So just do things the regular way, the right way. Build things properly, and you don't got to worry about all these weird little hacks that'll get you jammed up later, right? This person is now facing Fed time, federal charges, and the boy don't even have enough money to get an attorney. So just build things the right way, do things the right way, and you ain't gonna have no problems, right? That's why I hop on here, just share some simple tips and tricks that you can do to build up your credit the right way. So in a couple of years, you don't got to worry about being federally indicted, and now you need $40,000 so you can get a good attorney, right? So back to the 18-year-old, you add your AU on your parents' credit cards. You got yourself your Chase Freedom Rise. You got yourself the Navy Federal Pledge Loan. You done a couple of other pledge loan with a few other credit unions. You got Insight Federal Credit Union, Andrews Federal Credit Union, Human Credit Federal Credit Union, right? You got Genesis Federal Credit Union. You got Key Point Federal Credit Union. You could do pledge loans with all these different credit unions, right? Then you can go for your personal credit cards. Always start on the personal side first. You got to have personal credit built up before you can even worry about or think about business credit. You got to. Going out and buying, you don't have any personal credit, or you only got like a 530 on the personal credit, and you're like, oh, Jamal, I need a age corp. No, you don't. We don't need to talk about no age corps if you got a 5 anything. If your credit starts with 3, 4, 5, or 6, we don't need to be talking about no age corps at all. It ain't going to do nothing for you. You're just going to be wasting $3,000 because you can't do anything with it because you still don't have a strong enough credit report. We got to focus on the main thing. The main thing is ensuring that you built out your credit profile properly using trade lines that show up in your name. These are accounts that you've opened up and you've matured them, you aged them, you paid on time every single month. All right. This part is super important because I've spoken to so many people just this past month where all they have is authorized users. They may have 3 accounts in their name. Those 3 accounts are like 1 month old. And then they have a bunch of authorized users and they're wondering why they can't get approved. It's because you don't have enough credit showing up in your name. We need credit in our name, and it takes time. You can do it the slow way. It only takes 6 to 12 months of building up your credit profile properly. Now, later in the video, I'm going to share a shortcut on this that you can utilize to speed up the process a little bit. But I want to make sure that we understand the foundation. Because without the foundation, the shortcut not going to make sense. And you're going to be asking, redundant, repetitive questions that like, you don't want to be out here trying to speed up the process, but you still get jammed up because you don't know the basics. I want to educate you on the basics so you don't keep getting finessed out here, because y'all are getting finessed and then come talk to me like, oh, I've been scammed before, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, yeah, that's because you want the finesse. You want to be finessed because you're not even doing no research. You don't want to build things properly the first time. You don't want to understand what you're trying to build, right? All of these different tools for building your credit, they all have a place. They all got a place. Age Corps got a place in the game. Trade lines have a place in the game, right? Going to Social Security and getting a different Social Security number if you're an actual victim of identity theft. The FTC reports, they all have a place, but their place is very specific. So I always recommend someone to set up a consultation. Let's understand exactly what it is you're trying to do. We can go over what you're trying to do. We can look at your credit report. Then we can decide, okay, is an authorized user trade line what you need right now? Do you need an age corp right now? You're like, oh, Jamal, I need an age corp because I'm trying to get funded. All right, let's take a look. Had a conversation. This person had a 545 credit score with with 5 charge-offs and 3 collections. Talking about, oh, should I get an age corp? No, absolutely not. You're not going to be able to do shit with it. What you going to do with an age corp? Right? Nothing. You can't do nothing with an age corp. You got a 545. At that point, you want to focus on building up the profile. Remove the negative, add the positive. Now, on the flip side with the authorized user, let's say you 35, 40, 45, and for whatever reason, you're starting fresh. Maybe you had a bankruptcy. Maybe you decided, 10 years ago that you were going to stop using credit, and now you want to rebuild. The last thing you want to do is waste your money getting a bunch of authorized users. It's not going to help you level out the playing field. It's not going to help you skip ahead of the line because, again, the AI, right? The algorithm can read your credit profile. It's comparing your credit profile to all of the other credit profiles that it has in its database. Millions and millions and millions of different credit profiles over the years. So they're looking like, okay, this person is 45 years old and they just have a bunch of authorized users. Like they don't have no credit in their own name. And now they coming to us wanting an unsecured credit card. No, we're not denied. Like absolutely not. Because the algorithm sees that as a red flag. If you're 45 years old, you're rebuilding, you want to have primary trade lines. You need to have accounts in your name for a minimum of 6 months. That is the standard to receive a FICO score, right? Just to get a FICO score, it doesn't matter which one. The 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7. No, there's no 6 or 7. The 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 8, the 9, the 10, the 10T. In order to get a FICO score, you got to have your account has to be reporting on your credit for at least 6 months for it to affect your FICO score. It's why it's important to understand that so that when you're going for these primary accounts, when you're trying to add age to your credit report, you know how much age you need to add. But you can only do that if you just know the basics. I just gave y'all a gem. I hope you caught that. I hope you caught that. So what can you do? 45 years old. Okay, Jamal, all the AUs aren't going to work. What can I do? You need to get a primary trade line. There's 2 ways you're going to do this. Of course, you're just going to build up your credit. You can use credit builder accounts. You can use pledge loans. You can use secured credit cards. All of these are great. Use a combination of them. Get all of them. to build up your profile. Because the reason you want to get a combination is because part of your FICO score is what, y'all? I know y'all know. Is a couple of people dropping in the chat. What is one of the factors of your FICO score? Credit mix. Credit mix is one of the factors of your FICO score. What is that? FICO is literally looking at all the different varieties of credit and accounts on your credit report. So it's looking at, do you have a mortgage? Do you have credit cards? Do you got student loans? Do you have personal loans? Do you have any lines of credit? Do you have auto loans? Is looking at all of these different type of loans to see what you got, and is judging you based on these different type of accounts. See, one thing people don't realize is that, let's say everyone's talking about credit cards, right? But let's say you suck using credit cards. Let's say you're not that good at using a credit card. Maybe your credit cards are maxed out. Maybe you missed a payment on a credit card. Just things happen. Maybe the interest rate is kind of crazy and is beating you up right now, right? So in that error, right? You can't keep getting approved for credit cards. Now you're hitting a roadblock. You keep getting denied for credit card after credit card. But here's the thing. Credit cards is just one kind of account, right? Credit cards is just one kind of account. You may get denied for credit cards, but you may get approved for a loan. That's one of the reasons why you're able to get a personal loan and use personal loans to pay off your credit cards, especially if you're in utilization hell because you have too high of a credit card usage, right? That's how you're still able to get a loan. There are some instances. I had a client who, they were with, what bank was that? They were with Bank of America. Bank of America wouldn't give them a credit card, but they were able to get an auto loan through Bank of America because it's a totally different type of product that has a totally different kind of criteria for approval. That's why it's important to make sure you have a credit mix and it's never just one or the other. I get this question a lot. Should I get this type of credit or that type of credit? Should I get a loan or should I get a credit card? You get both of them. If you can get both and you're in position to get approved for both, then get both. Right? Get both. You can use both of them just for the sake of building up your credit so that it can make your profile look that much stronger before you go for actual funding. Like everything on the business, everything on the personal side is just getting your profile in position, getting your profile ready so that you can transition over to the business side. But you have to make sure you're building it properly. And stop wasting your money on shit that's not going to help you. Stop wasting your money on trade lines, authorized users that ain't going to help you. Stop wasting your money on shit on these different products that's not helping you build up your credit history. Kickoff is cool, but you're not supposed to have kickoff for 2-3 years, right? Buy now, pay later accounts don't really help you build credit because that buy now, pay later account is only going to be an open active account, maybe for 6 months, maybe. That's not long enough for a lender to look to see what your actual reliability is in the long term. Because if you want 6 figures in funding, right? You want 6 figures in funding, you want 10 or more credit cards, you're going to need to build out an actual profile. Hold on real quick. Okay. You're going to be able to build out a real profile so that you can start getting approved for real business funding. It's not overnight. It 1000% takes some time. 1000% takes some time. So instead of running out and getting all of these AU trade lines, focus on building your primaries. What are primaries? Primaries are credit cards that show up in your name, right? This is not a lot of credit cards. This is just like 20, I think it's just like 20 credit cards, nothing crazy, right? But if you want the ink card, you got to build out a real profile using real accounts that are reporting to your credit. The freedom card, I mentioned that. You want to get that, right? You want to be able to build out your profile using primary trade lines. Primary trade lines, again, accounts that showing up in your name. AUs are cool. AUs are cool, but they're not going to get you the funding that you're looking for, right? You want to know how to fly for free using American airline points. You need primaries, accounts showing up in your name. People go nuts over this card. I mean, it's cool. It's now $375. I canceled it because it wasn't worth $375 for me. But you need primary trade lines. That's how you get these cards. 5 authorized users ain't going to cut it. You're not going to get this card with 5 authorized users, especially if you're 45. It's not going to happen. You got to slow down and speed up sometimes. Now, I know some of you might be in a rush. You might be like, hey, I don't want to wait that long. I can get the kickoff account, but it's a low limit, right? You get a kickoff account, but it's a low limit. You can get rent reporters. You can get rent reporters. You can get rental karma. Who else helps you build? I think Kickoff has a one that reports your rent. Self does too. And a lot of them you can backdate so that you can add age to your credit report, right? But primary credit cards. This is the ink. This is the ink. What is this? The ink cash. This is the ink cash, right? Venture One. Get primaries. Amex Business Blue. Get primary credit cards. This Bond Boy. Get primary credit cards. Primary accounts that show up in your name. That's how you build. Do I got my other? No. I think this is just some of them. This is like the first Amex I ever got, the everyday card. Right? What's the point? Because I wouldn't be able to have, what's this? 1, 2, 3, 4 American Express if I rushed the process. I didn't get 4 American Express by having a bunch of AUs on my account. I've been with American Express since 2018. Let me hold on. Let me see if y'all can see that, John, right there. Can you see that? You see that? 18, 2018. There's not somebody from the pandemic. Oh, I just found credit in 21. Nah, 2018. Y'all can see that, right? 2018. There's not, I didn't just figure this out today. Been doing this. So that's all I'm saying. You want to make sure you build. Now, can you turn up a little bit? Can you kind of speed up the process a little bit when it comes to doing these primaries? Yes. Along with opening up legitimate bank accounts in your name, you can also be added and you can have primaries account put onto your credit. It's a thing. People do it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's going to show up on your profile with a high limit, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. And it's already going to have 2 to 4 years of age on that account. And it's showing up in your name. That's how you really qualify for additional funding. You go to your favorite banks. You're going to open up your accounts with your favorite banks, right? With your favorite banks. You do that first. Start building with your favorite banks first. I know people always talk about, oh, Chase, Chase, Chase. Oh, I love Chase so much. Yes, we love Chase. We got Chase too. Like, you want Chase cards? Cool. Where I'm in Chase too. What's up? What we doing? What are we talking about? Right? Open up accounts at your favorite banks. At your favorite banks, right? Build the relationship, 6 to 12 months. Nothing fancy, just build the relationship. Use the credit card, pay it off in full every single month. Don't be late. Simple stuff, y'all. Simple stuff. It's not hard. Ain't nothing hard about what I'm saying. Ain't nothing hard about what I'm saying. Very easy. If you like Capital One, I got some Capital One cards for y'all too. I got 3 of them. I didn't get these by rushing the process. I didn't get these by stealing someone else's identity. Every card I'm showing you has my name printed on it, right? My name. These are just random cards that I got. These are random gems, right? Just random credit cards. AUs, stop being finessed. AUs do not equate to funding. You got to build a solid profile first under your name, under your social. You have to do that first. Get 5 to 10 accounts under your name that have at least 12 months of history. Then add on an authorized user. And only add on authorized users if you need more age or if you need to lower your utilization. That's when you're going to add those authorized users. Don't add the authorized user in the beginning. You got to wait. Get a couple of credit cards first. Build up your accounts first. Then add on the AUs. Then add on the AUs. Right? Then add on the AUs after you get your primary accounts set up. Now, if you're looking for primary accounts that have age already, maybe you started building, maybe you got your pledge loans. Congratulations. You got a couple of secured credit cards. Congratulations. Right? I'm going to tell you some credit cards to avoid. Real quick. I got to tell y'all this. Avoid these credit cards. You want to avoid Open Sky. Don't get that. That's a horrible credit card. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Avoid Open Sky. Avoid Merrick Bank. Do not get them. Avoid Credit One. Absolutely avoid them. They're crap. Avoid First Premier. Do not get any of them Jones. All of those are trash ass cards. And don't get confused when you look up Credit One. And when you look up Credit One got this little blue where it say American Express on there. This doesn't mean this is not the actual brand of the credit card. Okay? Is not the brand. This is the network that the credit card is running on. So let me show y'all something. Right? Let me show y'all something real quick. Okay? Let me show y'all this real quick. All right. Okay. So you see how this says Visa? Hold on. This say Visa. All right. So you see how this say Visa, this say Amex. The logo down here is telling you the payment network that the card is running on. All right. So what happens is that let's say like the Southwest credit card. Southwest credit card uses the Visa network, right? But it's issued by Chase. So this is a Chase issued credit card that runs on the Visa network. When you get that, when you see those Credit One credit cards and it says Amex in the lower corner right here, you do not have an Amex credit card. Only Amex, the only true Amex credit card has Amex right at the top. Amex at the top. Amex at the top. Amex at the top. No Amex at the top, you don't have an Amex credit card. You have a bank credit card that's simply using American Express's payment network. Y'all with me? Bet. Right? So don't get fooled by them low tier 1 trash ass credit cards. Don't get confused. Don't get tripped up. Don't let anybody at Credit One try to tell you that you got an Amex. You don't. You have a Credit One credit card. All right. So skip all of those. Go to a real bank and start establishing yourself with that bank. Go to Chase. Get you that Chase Freedom. Get you that Chase Freedom Rise card. This is the OG Freedom. This one is discontinued. They don't make this no more. But you can get the Freedom Rise card. If you are rebuilding your credit, you're new to credit, if you're a college student, you go to Chase, open up a personal checking account, put in $250. The more, the better. Once you make your deposit of $250, you can go ahead and apply for the Chase Freedom Rise card. They're going to charge you like $25 for the card, something like that, something slight. And then you in there like swimwear. And one of the dope things about the Chase Freedom Rise card is within a year is going to upgrade to a Chase Freedom Unlimited or chase freedom flex. But you gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop getting finessed. You gotta stop getting finessed. Y'all just be out here wasting money. Just wasting money. Like the people that you buying some of this stuff from, they're not even getting these accounts in their name. These people are stealing other people's information and buying a Lambo and telling you to get an authorized user from them. It's not even their credit. It's not even their credit. They sitting here trying to tell you to go get a CPN. That's not even your credit. It's not going to help you to get a CPN. Because guess what? A CPN is an empty 9-digit number. You about to spend $200, $300, $400, $500 to get a CPN, but the CPN doesn't have any credit profile. And the person that sold you the CPN has no idea how to build credit. They don't even know how credit works. The person that sold you the CPN would never be able to guide you and tell you how to get multiple credit cards from American Express because they have no damn idea on how it works. They never fucking applied for American Express before. They stole someone's identity and used that person's identity to get into American Express. They never built their credit up from scratch. They never built their credit up from scratch. They never sat down and just paid their shit on time. They never budgeted. They never budgeted. They never paid off. They never followed Dave Ramsey. They never got out of debt. They just running around stealing other people's credit. And then hop out of a Lambo like, hey, listen to me. Like, what? But y'all be so hype about that. So it's like, that's wild to me. Y'all keep getting finesse, listening to the wrong people. It's not hard. You just have to take your time, do the basic things. Do the basic things, and you'll get the results of an expert. Alex Hormozi always says, experts never not do the basics. Blue, you're very simple. I know. You want to know why? Because simplicity sells. You got to keep it simple. You make it too complex, that's when everything starts getting fucked up. My dad. But it's not complicated. You got to keep it simple. Because when you overcomplicate things, it confuses people. People don't know what to do. Right? People don't know what to do and they think you don't know what you're talking about. So you got to randomly just pull out some credit cards and be like, hey, y'all, I got some credit cards. They're all in my name. I didn't have to steal anybody's identity. I just learned to pay my shit on time. All I did was pay my bills on time and I got credit cards. I learned how the FICO algorithm works and I just follow the rules. The credit game is just that. It's a game. There are rules to the game. You either learn how to play the game or not. And if you don't learn how to play the game, you'll never win the game. Right? Great. I'm glad you took the screenshots, my brother. So you just learn how to play the game, and that's it. You just pay your shit on time, start the right relationships with the right banks, and that's it. You don't have to be like Grace the King and scam and steal people's identity. You don't gotta do that. If you know how real credit works, because most of the scammers have no fucking idea how credit works, they just know how to scam and steal identities, but they don't know how to build credit from scratch. They'll sell you a CPN and don't know what to do with the CPN. They wouldn't even be able to tell you what to do with a CPN. Because guess what? When you buy a CPN from somebody, it's still a blank credit profile. If that person doesn't know how to build credit, how the hell are they going to help you after you get to CPN? People hit me up, oh, Jamal, I got a CPN. What do I do with it? I don't know. I don't rock with CPNs. I don't do shit with CPNs. All these credit cards use my personal social security number in my business information. So I'm not the person to ask about CPNs. I don't know. Go talk to the person that sold it to you. I'm not able to help you. Now, if you want to know how you can get funding for yourself using your information, or you have a business partner and you have an established business with the actual EIN that's in good standing with your state or a state, then absolutely, let's have a conversation. Let's talk on how to do real business, real funding, not the scam shit. You can talk to somebody else about the scam shit. I don't know how none of that works. I don't know. I'm not the person to talk to because I don't do that. All of these cards are under my name for my businesses because I took the time out to build credit. If that's what you want to know how to do, hit me up. All the links are in the description of this video. Right? And this is just, yeah, this is 4 chase cards. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 MX, 4 chase cards. It's not even all my cards, but you get the idea, right? You get what I'm saying right now. Because weirdos want to hop on here and say dumb shit, and then you gotta literally just sit here with a stack of cards in your hand so they know that you're not some random dude who just making shit up. Because why would I come on here and tell you how to build your credit and I'm trying to scam you? That don't make sense. Look at the logic. There's no logic there. You look at my whole page, 400 something videos, right? I have over 20 credit cards. I have no authorized users on my profile. 0. Never used the authorized user on my profile. Still got these credit cards. Some of these credit cards I've had since 2018. This credit card, the Quicksilver, I think I've had this credit card for like 15 years. This one credit card for 15 years. It wasn't even, I've had this card so long, they changed the design of it. The new Quicksilver don't even look like this no more. The new Quicksilver don't even look like this no more. My first credit card was called the Journey, the Capital One Journey. I had no idea what credit was. I maxed that joint out, blew it up, all that. But anyway, look, saying this to say, if you want to know how to properly build your credit,